Jaster_potato redeemed first. True Fiber Geek redeemed second. Thank you for contributing to my yarn buying habit.
Okay. Is that better? I'm so sorry. That's weird. Can you hear me okay now? Okay. Sorry, it switched the property. I was explaining how to do this. But I think the only people that are in here already know how. um, but that's okay. So I am doing an 8-petal flower for this, since I'm using a thicker dowel. So I wrapped it around my fingers 8 times so that I have 8. I'm going to pinch one side closed. I'm keeping a finger inside of this so that it keeps those loops open. But the one side of this, I am pinching closed. I'm going to take the excess wire and just wrap that around there. And this will help keep it secure. I haven't taught this in a while, so this should be fun. So, all right. And then we're going to just pull these little petals apart to make it look like a flower. And I promise this has a purpose for those of you who don't know how to do this. So, come on. Okay. So we have an 8-petal flower. They're roughly the same sizes. This is a very forgiving art, in my opinion, anyway. But we've got our nice little flower, and then this is going to go right on top of this dowel. And those petals, you're going to squish them down so that you have all these loops around the dowel. You can space them out a little bit, so like these were kind of squished. I'll space them just a bit so they are all kind of even. I'm going to take this and kind of stretch them downward. Seriously, what is the name of these? This particular set of pliers? I honestly don't know. I'm sure they have a specific name. I don't think they're needle nose. These ones are needle nose. But these are like the cone shaped ones. I really don't know what they're called. I figured somebody in here might. Okay. So these are, you got some that are a little bit longer than others and some that are a little bit shorter, but that is okay. So that's what we're working with. Now you can use tape if you want to go around this to kind of stick this to the dowel. But once you get more practiced at it, you're not going to really need the tape anymore because it'll kind of hold itself to the dowel, and you'll be working this off of the dowel. So that's where we start. We've got our little flower on the dowel. All right, now we're going to get some more wire. And I'm going to get the same length of wire that I got before, so roughly a yard-ish. Okay, where are you coming out of? Oh dear. I was trying to make this easy and not have to unwrap this, but Seems I'm going to have to wrap it anyway. Please don't make a giant coily mess. Maybe I can just get away with just the one. Okay. This is super, super, super soft wire. Which will make it pretty easy to draw. Alright, so roughly a yard. This is actually way more than a yard, but that's okay. Alright, we're just going to cut that right there. Put that over here. Alright. Now I gotta remember how to start. This has been a long time. I love using dead soft wire for this. This will actually be the first time I've used soft wire for this. Every time I've done it, it's been with stainless steel. So I imagine it is a lot nicer with the softer wire. So we're going to make a little hook. And just with the hook for the first time... Okay, starting it. To go this way. No. Gonna make a hook and feed it from left to right. Yeah, okay. I'm remembering. Slowly. Alright. That's right. It's left to right because everything else is right to left. Alright, so you make your little hook, you got your little loop, and then you're going to put it underneath both of those little, yeah. Dead soft sterling silver. So nice to work with. Ooh, I bet. I've got some sterlings somewhere, don't I? But I've never used it for this before. I know I've got some sterling because I did wire wrapping for... Is this it? This is tinned copper. So that's not it. I've got some somewhere. Anyway, we're going to continue. I will have to try that though, for sure. I've got a whole box of wire over here. So you probably maybe did. But I've got like a whole, this is like my training box of wire. So I've got colors. Nope, that's stainless steel. Bronze industrial. Cool. This might be the leftover. It's thick, though. I don't know. And then I have a crap ton of yarn, or of wire that looks like this. I have a lot of this kind of wire in several different colors. So, let me clean my desk back off. But yeah. Alright. Whiskey! Hello! Alright, so we're going to continue on. We're still at the very beginning. We've got our flower petal, little starter. We've hooked this around two. And now working from right to left, you're going to go in one loop and out the other. And then I like to hold the wire with my thumb for a while, like the wire that's coming down this way, so that I can draw it. And once I get it to a certain point, I don't need to hold it anymore. But that's what we do. And we're going to continue doing that. Get the end back. And going from right to left, in one loop, out the other, and draw straight down. This is a very long piece of wire, so it'll last a while. And you can make this as tight or as loose as you really want it to be, depending on what you want it to look like. I like this art. It's very, very forgiving. In one loop, behind the pair, and out the other side. And we're going to keep going around. And I started this off with 8 petals. It's common to start with 6, but this is a bigger dowel rod. So I did 8. So, and then we're going to go to this one. So in one loop, out the other, and draw it down. And I know you can't really see it, but I am actually bracing the dowel, the end of the dowel, on my torso to give me a little bit of leverage, a little bit of stability, really, not leverage, stability. So yeah. Alright, this is our last one before where we started. So we're going to go in one, out the other. In the right, out the left. Alright, now we're at the one that we started at. And since this one was our start, I'm going to go in this side of the crisscross, this little, let's see. Yeah, okay. This part of the loop, going in between that little gap, and out the other side of here. Because if I were to do it out next to this loop, it's just the tail, so it's not going to be very stable. So I'm going to go out the other one. And we're going to draw that down. Okay. And now for the rest of it, this is going to be a single weave. There's single, double, triple. You can pretty much do however many you want. The higher number you go, the closer things will be when you go to draw it out. And I know that does not make sense right now, but hopefully it will in the future. But for now, we're just going to do a single, and that is going, let's see if I can do this up here. We're going to go in one side of the loop, go under the crisscross of the loop. This is hard to do when I'm not looking directly at it. And then out the other side. So we're going underneath that crisscross from right to left, drawing it through, and then we're going to tighten it down and go to the next one. And you're going to just keep doing that. That's it. So how you doing, Whiskey? You doing all right? Surviving? Hopefully. Okay, I'm going to try to tighten up my stitches. I prefer to have a tighter stitch, but a loose one works just as well. It's just a different kind of look. Doing good today. Forgot I ran out of white yarn, so 5 dolls are on pause. Oh no! I'm sorry you ran out of white yarn. Well, hello, new friend. Welcome in. Hello, Bobby. How are you? My name is Maislin. You can call me Maze. And we are doing Viking wire weaving today, or Trichinopoly, as it can be called. Yeah. Don't need another craft to know. I know, right? I have craft ADHD myself that collect them all. Gotta catch them all. It's like Pokemon. Um, yeah, usually we are crocheting. But we do all sorts of things on here. So this is actually the first time I've done Viking wire weaving on stream, but I've been doing this for a long time. So thank you very much, True, for sharing the Discord. But yeah, welcome in, welcome in. If you have any questions, let me know. So, what kind of crafts do you do if you do not want to collect another one? I mean, this is weaving. It's just with metal. I keep getting caught on, like, my charging cords over here with the wire. While he's wearing a straight jacket and mask. Ah, okay. Half lurking while tidying up. That's all right. You know I appreciate the lurk. All right. So what I'm doing eventually will look something like this, except this is a double weave. And again, I'm not going to explain that right now, but it'll look something like that after a while. This is actually finished, and later on in the stream I will draw it through the draw plate so you can see how that works. So actually, if I were smart, I'd pull out an example of what we're doing. This is a bracelet I made. This is what we're making. This is one of the very first bracelets. One of the very first things that I ever made. And I've kept it because I'm pretty proud of it. And yeah. So that's what we're making. That's what we're doing. Thank you. Stuck in bleh. I've never stuttered like that. Stuck in crochet commission land right now. I'm making 2 doggy blankets, black and white. Spots of the pup to match. Aww. And dabble in whatever I can get my buggy hands on. I understand that. Well, thank you very much. So yeah, so I do a lot of crochet on here usually, and tomorrow I'm actually going to do some nooking, which is knitting with a crochet hook. But today we're doing Viking wire weaving because I promised that we would do so last week. So here we are. But I have done Legos, I've done painting, but crochet as usual. And I totally feel you on collecting the crafts. I love to try new things all the time. So, feel that. Jax, hey! How's it going? Yeah, knitting with a crochet hook is pretty fun, actually. I really, really enjoy it because I don't like knitting with actual needles because it hurts my hands, but a crochet hook does not. So, yeah, which is weird. All right, we're going to have a stretch break in 1 minute. And when we come back, we will continue to do the Viking wire weaving. And I can talk you through how it all works. Just ask me whatever questions you like. I just caught my my wire cutters. That's kind of funny. But yeah, we're just going to keep working around this dowel rod. So this is what we've got so far. So it just keeps going around. It's a nice little weavy circle. So, Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you had food poisoning. I'm glad you're feeling better. Goodness. Okay, so pause here. We got about 10 seconds. We are going to have a stretch break. When we come back, we'll continue on. So let's do this. All right. We are back. Hey, Tiki, how's it going? All right. Well, I'm glad you are feeling better, Jax. I'm sorry that you were sick. I'm sorry you got here. We had a break. But here we are. We're back. It's all right. All right. The iconic series Happy Days charmed its way into the Nielsen Top 20 a remarkable 8 times throughout its 11-season run. Interesting. Those facts are very interesting sometimes. All right. Now let's continue on. Alright. So what you been up to? Hope you've been having a good day. Really? I'm just gonna keep doing that now? Alright, fine. You guys go up there. Making a duck for a friend. Nice. There we go. Last week, I crocheted possums for a friend. By the way, that friend absolutely loved them as their birthday gift. And I left them on their desk at work as a surprise. And I was told later that I should feel really sorry for her coworkers that are really close to her desk. Because she squealed with excitement and happiness. So, I am just glad that she liked them. So, do 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 do. Oh man. I'm tired. I think I say that every stream. The world is just exhausting right now, though, you know? It's just too much going on. It's exhausting. I would have squealed too. So what you're saying is I need to make you some possums and send them to you. So yeah. No. Maybe. Maybe. They were really fun and easy to make. I was pretty impressed with the pattern. So, I am trying to catch up on. I'm rereading or re-listening to really Fourth Wing and Iron Flame so that I can get to the third book, which is already waiting for me in my little library. But I've got like 7. So I listened to it on speed 1.7. And I still have like 7 hours left in the second book. And I'm like, okay, I remember this. This is cool. This is awesome. And then there were a couple of details I was like, oh, I missed that the first time, or I didn't remember it the first time. So I was like, okay, I'm really glad I'm going over these again before I get to the third one. But now I'm, since I'm so close, I'm like, I can't wait to get to this third one. But at the same time, I'm also like, there's going to be 2 more books after this, and the series is not all out yet. And I don't usually read a series unless all of it's out, but this one was highly recommended to me by some really good friends that are very bookish friends, and they just raved about it. And I'm like, okay, it's really good. It is a really good series. So It is very long. I think, um, gosh, I'd look at it, but I think at a ×1 speed that it's like over 20 hours on just the one book. It's like 21 hours and some change. It's a long book. It's great because there's so much to it and it's such a neat world. And I love the characters, but I absolutely love the world. It's fascinating. So, highly recommend it for anybody who likes fantasy. Tay! How do, friend? Will do. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well, friend. Good to see you. Just really cold. Yeah, I bet. Hey, congrats to your team on the Super Bowl. You got to be pretty pleased about that, eh? I didn't watch it, but I was totally cheering for them in spirit just for you. Yeah, you did. I went to check the score around halftime. And I was like, is this a joke? That is a crazy point difference at halftime. It was pretty cool. So, congrats to your Eagles. Go to the parade, but we all got sick. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay. Excuse me. This is a point in which I would use these guys that I don't know the name of to kind of pinch in there and grab the wire because I couldn't get it. Well, all right. All right. We are getting pretty good. We'll be needing some more wire here soon, which is good because then I can show you how to add wire. Sometimes being out sick is not so fun, for sure. I hope you guys are all feeling better, especially in the cold, for sure. Thanks, dear. I just got pelted with potato. A squishy potato. Just so you know, it's not a real potato. Our heater isn't working right now, so I have 3 blankets on all the oh no! What is this amazing looking creation you're working on? Hello! This is called Viking Wire Weaving, so it makes cool looking things like this. This is a bracelet that I made when I first started learning how to do Viking Wire Weaving. So, and then I added the beads to it. But yeah, this is a bracelet I made. Also known as Trichinopoly. But yeah, but it starts off looking like something like this. And we'll draw this through a draw plate a little bit later on so you can see how that works. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Hey, Flo. How do? Well, thank you. Thank you very much. That one's crappy because it was one of the first ones that I made. I got better, but everything else that I've made, I've given away. I haven't made a whole lot of things, but it's a really zen craft, so. And once you pick up on it, it's fairly simple. You just keep looping it around and around and around. And when we get to the end of this, we'll need more. So I'll show you how to add more. This will probably make a pretty good length of wire cord, I guess what you could call it. But we're going to add more anyway. Actually, I have not drawn down anything from a dowel this large. Usually the dowel I use is very skinny. Well, usually the dowel I use is this one. So, all right. What's we got going on here? Get to fiddle with a wooden dowel. Okay. Behave, please. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Keep the yarn flying while you're away. I love that thing. Thank you very much, Flo, for showing me how to use that. I freaking love it. It's so great. Okay. So one more, I think. Yeah. Yeah, just because it's really soft. I don't want to use too much. But so that's what we got so far. It's very shiny, so it keeps reflecting the light. But that's what we got so far. And we'll add some more wire in a minute. However, it's pretty close to midstream mini mystery time. So Do you guys want to do a mystery really quick? The kids all put on over 10 grams of weight last night. Holy cow. Oh, that's awesome. I actually saw you on, was it Monday? I think it was Monday afternoon. I saw you weighing them. And they are so stinking cute. I think it might have been yesterday. What day is it? No, it was definitely Monday. Because today is Wednesday. Isn't today Wednesday? Yes, today is Wednesday. I'm streaming. Oy vey. Okay. It's definitely Monday. Alright, let's do some mystery solving. Upgrading my stream setup rapidly. Nice. Very nice. Alright, so beginner, intermediate, advanced, or sleuth. First person to give me one is what we're gonna do. For today's added a tiki camera. Nice. What does tiki camera do? I actually have your stream up. It's on in the background. Advanced it is. I'll post the highlight and you just... Okay, nice. Alright, advanced it is. Here we go. This one... Oh, cool. Okay. Nice. Alright. This is the next one. Called The Proof in the Pot. Sitting in the squad car passenger seat, Officer Caroline Mans blew on her fingers while rubbing her hands together. I'm freezing over here. You know what they say, her partner Joe returned. Cold hands, warm heart. Carolyn rolled her eyes and turned up the heat. He turned it back down. Just her luck on the coldest night of the year to get paired with Igloo Joe. The man who could sleep in an ice hotel and complain about the heat. She looked forward to a bowl of hot soup the minute she got home. Warmer, Joe? Carolyn added, angling the vents in her direction. Gotta keep cool or we'll go sleepy, Joe said. Carolyn opened her mouth, about to point out the difference between comfortably cool and frozen, when the radio crackled. Prowler spotted a residence in High Street neighborhood, the dispatcher reported, giving the address. 10 minutes before, a neighbor had spotted someone peeking in the windows at the Whitfield residence, where the homeowner's nephew, a student at culinary school, was house-sitting. Described as a nice kid who often house-sat for his uncle, the neighbor expressed concern for the young man's safety. We'll check it out, Carolyn responded. Minutes later, they parked in the driveway. Recent tire tracks leading to the garage pointed to a vehicle within, likely the nephew's car. Lit windows indicated he was home. They knocked. A guy in his 20s answered. The nephew, no doubt. His expression registered surprise at the sight of them. We received a call, Joe began. There'd been... Maybe come inside? Carolyn cut in, ignoring the look from Joe. Okay, it was unorthodox to invite themselves inside, but dawdling in the cold was plain silly. The nephew hesitated, as if he'd promised his uncles no visitors, and wasn't sure if police counted. We won't stay long, Carolyn added as he waved them in, leading them to the kitchen, where a pot of broth bubbled. I was just making soup. He gestured vaguely at the stove. On the counter beside it was a bag of dried peas and large piles of chopped carrots and onions to be added to the broth. So, as I was saying, Joe began with a pointed look at Carolyn, which she ignored. The warmth of the home, combined with the smell of the broth, was heavenly. A neighbor called to report a prowler, Joe continued. We understand you're house-sitting, but there have been reports of someone suspicious lurking around. Is everything all right? Oh, everything's just dandy here, officer, replied the nephew, adding the dried peas and diced vegetables to the pot. In fact, I didn't see any prowlers. He checked the time on his phone and clicked his tongue. Whoa, it's later than I thought. I hate to push you out, but I'm heading out in about half an hour to meet some friends. I'm afraid I've got to finish this soup so I can eat before I go. Thanks for stopping, even though it wasn't necessary, the guy added, his words friendly enough, but his tone as cold as the air outside. Carolyn frowned, her heartbeat picking up. It wasn't just the guy's attitude that bothered her. That's unfortunate because you have an appointment right now, downtown. The shock in the guy's eyes confirmed her suspicion. Joe? She said. Handcuff this intruder. How did she know? I'm gonna reread this, if you guys don't mind. Because I honestly have no idea. You know? Okay. How did she know? What do you think? She said the house smelled heavenly. Okay. But he hadn't added anything to the soup yet. Huh. Well, I mean, broth does smell pretty good. Bet it was pre-made soup. Oh. Interesting. Anybody else have thoughts? Anybody else want me to reread it? Was the broth boiling yet? That's an excellent question. Was it? Where a pot of broth bubbled. So I would imagine so, since it says it was bubbling. So what are we thinking? We think it's because the soup was wrong, or what? I can reread it. Let's reread? Reread? Okay. All right. The proof in the pot. I'm not confident. Okay. Sitting in the squad car passenger seat, Officer Carolyn Mans blew on her fingers while rubbing her hands together. I'm freezing over here. You know what they say, her partner Joe returned. Cold hands, warm heart. Carolyn rolled her eyes and turned up the heat. He turned it back down. Just her luck on the coldest night of the year to get paired with Igloo Joe, the man who could sleep in an ice hotel and complain about the heat. She looked forward to a bowl of hot soup the minute she got home. Warmer, Joe? Carolyn added, angling the vents in her direction. Gotta keep cool or we'll get sleepy, Joe said. Carolyn opened her mouth, about to point out the difference between comfortably cool and frozen when the radio crackled. Prowler spotted at residence in High Street neighborhood, the dispatcher reported, giving the address. 10 minutes before, a neighbor had spotted someone peeking in the windows at the Whitfield residence, where the homeowner's nephew, a student at culinary school, was house-sitting. Described as a nice kid who often house-sat for his uncle, the neighbor expressed concern for the man's safety. We'll check it out, Carolyn responded. Minutes later, they parked in the driveway. Recent tire tracks leading to the garage pointed to a vehicle within, likely the nephew's car. Lit windows indicated he was home. They knocked. A guy in his 20s answered, the nephew, no doubt. He expressed registered surprise at the sight of them. We received a call, Joe began. There'd been... Maybe come inside? Carolyn cut in, ignoring the look from Joe. Okay, it was unorthodox to invite themselves inside, but dawdling in the cold was plain silly. The nephew hesitated, as if he'd promised his uncle no visitors, and wasn't sure if police counted. We won't stay long, Carolyn added as he waved them in, leading them to the kitchen where a pot of broth bubbled. I was just making soup. He gestured vaguely at the stove. On the counter beside it was a bag of dried peas and large piles of chopped carrots and onions to be added to the broth. So, as I was saying, Joe began with a pointed look at Carolyn, which she ignored. The warmth of the home, combined with the smell of the broth, was heavenly. A neighbor called to report a prowler, Joe continued. We understand you're house sitting, but there have been reports of someone suspicious lurking around. Is everything all right? Oh, everything's just dandy here, officer, replied the nephew, adding the dried peas and diced vegetables to the pot. In fact, I didn't see any prowlers. He checked the time on his phone and clicked his tongue. Whoa, it's later than I thought. I hate to push you out, but I'm headed out in about half an hour to meet some friends. I'm afraid I've got to finish this soup so I can eat before I go. Well, thanks for stopping, even though it wasn't necessary, the guy added, his words friendly enough, but his tone as cold as the air outside. Carolyn frowned, her heartbeat picking up. It wasn't just the guy's attitude that bothered her. That's unfortunate, because you have an appointment right now, downtown. The shock in the guy's eyes confirmed her suspicion. Joe, she said, handcuff this intruder. How did she know? Still going with the soup? Oh, the real nephew went to culinary school. Has to be something about the soup, yeah. I think it has something to do with the dried peas. And the diced vegetables, sure. Those could go right in, but I don't know how to cook dried peas, so I'm not really sure if those can just be tossed into the soup. Alright, are we ready for the answer? Dried peas have to be soaked before they can go in the soup. Oh. I have never cooked dried peas, so... But it sounded like something should... You don't use dried peas raw. Okay. It did sound like something needed to happen with the dried peas. The diced vegetables, they're raw, so they're good. But, alright, so we ready for the answer? You trust Tiki? I don't cook. A culinary major would know that for sure. Alright. Well, the answer, if you guys are ready for it, is... Dun, 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 dun. Carolyn figured that a culinary student would know how to make pea soup. Unsoaked peas take hours of simmering to soften, not a half hour as the man said. As it turned out, the man who greeted them was the prowler. He had overpowered the nephew whom Carolyn discovered bound and gagged in a closet, but completely unharmed. All right. Good job, guys. Thank you very much for helping me solve today's midstream mini mystery. Yeah. I always kind of want to do the Dora Explorer. We did it. But maybe no. Alright, let's go back to this. I'm glad I waited for the reread. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the midstream mini mystery. Alright, let's get some more wire. We gotta keep working on this just for a little while longer. By the way, what's up? $603 characters of notes for that one. Oh gosh. I love that you take notes. I love the reread because then I know what I'm looking for. Fair. Absolutely. Just type as fast as I can. I love that. I love that. Alright. Yeah, this is long enough. Get me watercolors. There we go. And I put stars next to things I think are important. Nice! All right, so to add on more wire, we're actually going to follow the last wire that we did. No, we're not. We're going to go the other direction. From left to right to add more wire. I actually need to use this to kind of pull it up a little. It's going to kind of go on top of... If I can get it to go under the... crisscross here. There we go. Now it should... Oh, come on now. Work with me, please. Come here. There we go. Okay. We just needed some of it because what we're going to do is we're actually going to twist these two together really, really well. And since this is a soft wire, it won't take much. Because if you twist it too much, it'll just break. So I've got a nice little even twist here, and I'm going to cut off these tails to clean it up a little. All right. Adding stuff to the pot already smells good. Something about the soup being prepared, yeah. That's awesome. All right. We're going to continue on. So now we've added more wire, and now again, I'll just work from right to left, going in one side of the loop and out the other side, going under the crisscross of the previous loop. And then we pull the wire to make a new loop. Pull it down. And we're just going to keep going. So I hope all of the new babies are doing very well then, since they seem to be putting on weight pretty quick. That's awesome. And that's 7, right? Seven kits. So many baby bunnies. They are so stinking cute. Oh my goodness. Seven roly-polies. Aw. Little jelly beans. Are you going to have another naming contest for them, or are you going to name them yourself? There's so many of them. I will definitely do so. Thank you for sharing. Do 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 do. Of these will be staying in the tiki room, so I'll definitely do a naming contest for it. Okay. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Others will depend on if they're adopted early or not. I gotcha. I want one. I don't have space for a bunny, for sure. I always wanted bunny, though. I always loved bunnies. I think my very first stuffed animal was a bunny. I bet. I have a friend who had bunnies at one point. A big one. He was black and white with longish fur. I don't know what kind of bunny he was, but his name was Kane. And then there was a little female bunny. Kane was fixed, by the way. But there was a little female bunny she was brown, short hair, and her name was Starbuck. She was so sweet and liked to cuddle. Had a guy who was trying to talk me selling Willow. No! How many followers she has, for sure. You can't sell Willow. Starbuck is an S tier rabbit name. Okay. I figured as much. Bum bum bum. Okay, to get this so I can lift this up just a smidgen. Please go through the loop. Okay. Okay, there we go. That one was being a pain because it was right on where I had added some more wire, and so sometimes things can get kind of tight around the place where you've had to add more wire, which makes sense because you've basically got double the wire in that spot. So there we go. Watching categories murder mysteries. Nice. Okay, what game show are you watching? The Floor? I don't think I've heard of that. bum, bum, bum. And the room I did came out so nice. Awesome. Can you snap a picture of it and post it in the Discord? I was gonna get The Sims. Is it still on sale? Store. Oh. Aw, they're not doing the bundle anymore. Dadgummit, I missed it. Oh, yes, they are. Hold on. They are! Okay, I'll have to remember that. Stream chat. Since we're talking about it on stream. Okay. Well, hello! Welcome in, Traveling Tatter. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. How you doing? Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for the follows. Welcome in. I really appreciate it. I hope you're all having a fantastic evening, day, morning, wherever you may be. Thank you so much.
_fabulous_PT redeemed Leroy Jenkins.
Well, let's see. Thank you, Sir Fabulous, and Ray, and Stitchcraft with how... Oh, I love it! Love the name. Okay, you guys have fantastic names. Well, welcome in. My name is Maislin. You can call me Maze. Usually I'm doing crochet, but today we're actually doing Viking Wire Weaving. So, yeah. You guys just missed the midstream mini mystery where I read a mystery and we solve it. So you'll have to join in next time. But thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Can we get a shout out for the Traveling Tatter, please? Spectacularly fabulous enough to follow you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. That was a party that just came in. I appreciate it. Hope you guys had a wonderful stream. What did you do? I imagine possibly that you were doing tatting. But you know, I usually crochet and I'm not doing that right now. So absolutely. Absolutely. Never seen this before. This craft, Viking Wire Weaving, also called Trichinopoly. So it makes things like this, which is a bracelet. So if you've ever seen, I don't know, I guess you probably see some of the jewelry on the Vikings would be like this. But yeah, so you weave the wire and make bracelets like this. This is an example of one that we're going to draw here in a little bit. And then this is the one I'm working on currently. This teaching. So yeah, thank you. Finished a bracelet and worked on a bigger project. Nice! That is a craft I have not tried yet. I want to, but I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up so bad it just look like a bunch of knots. Which I know technically yarn craft is a bunch of knots anyway, because that's what crochet is. But but I haven't tried tatting yet. But I want to. I want to. So, how long have I been doing this? Viking Wire Weaving, I have been doing... Gosh, I learned it about 10 years ago, and I do it off and on, just depending on if I have a project in mind. I mentioned it on stream last week, and there was a request to do it on stream, so here we are. So, yeah. When you're ready to try, I will gladly enable you and help. Nice, thank you. I know your YouTube. I watched your silent fit. Oh my gosh, thank you! I have never heard anybody see me on YouTube. That's awesome. Ah, that makes me feel really good. Thank you very much. Yeah, the silent fidgets. Oh, those are so fun. I made a bunch of them. I took them to work, and I just gave them to coworkers, and so many coworkers are like, "Thank you. It gives me something to do when I'm in a really long meeting and I can't make noise." Like, you're welcome. So, wow, thank you. I appreciate that. I have a video for this. I want to make one. So the video I have is just one of my streams. Absolutely. Just for that purpose? Yes. I've got one that sits on my desk at work just in case I need it. It's very colorful. But you know, Tay, I can always show you again how to do them on stream. I don't mind. You know I like teaching. They are fun. And they're so easy. It's surprisingly easy. The only complicated part is to actually twist the the chain when you know you're not supposed to usually. That's really the only complicated part. They're so fun to make. But yay, thank you for that. That's really cool. I really appreciate that. Sent 2 pics in Discord. Ooh, okay. Let's check that out. Oh, that is a cool looking room. Dude. That turned out awesome. That's almost just a picture of somebody's bedroom. That's fantastic. Very cool, Jax. Thanks for sharing. Not today, though. I want to stay under my blanket. I don't blame you. Next Wednesday. We'll do that next Wednesday, because I already promised I would do nooking tomorrow. Which is crochet or knitting with a crochet hook, just in case those who don't know. Which I actually much prefer than normal knitting, because I like my crochet hook, and it's easier for me to work than knitting needles. So we're going to do nooking tomorrow. Well, I can show you. This is the book that I'm using. I've already got a project started. But it looks like a knit, but you do it with a crochet hook. So we will do that tomorrow. So tune in. But yeah. Well, thank you. I really, really appreciate the raid. That's really awesome of you. And I totally understand if you need to raid and run. But yeah, thank you. That's really awesome. But I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. It is almost 9:30 where I'm at. In the afternoon, evening. As it were. But yeah. Do need to grab food, but I will leave a lurk for bed. No problem. Go eat, please. I really appreciate it. Okay. Well, what does everybody else do? Anybody else a crafter or have an interest in learning a new craft? We do all sorts of crafts here. Everything from, well, obviously wire at the moment. To fiber, to paint, to Legos, you name it. We do a lot of stuff. Just whatever sounds fun, or whatever I have. Sneezing, hello! How are you? Gotta love the greeting, huh? When you get the whole group. Hello! Okay. Once I get this round finished with this length of wire, I will show you what we do with a finished piece, which will be this one. Had to write a paper, have class in the morning. No worries. I'm sure your paper turned out awesome. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Yeah. What was your paper about that you had to write? Formalist analysis about the setting of the cask of Amontillado? I don't know if I said that right. I have no idea what that all means. I I I feel rather silly. I feel like I should know what that is. Such a good story. Okay. Oh, duh. Okay, yeah. 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 Well, cool. Very cool. All right, we are going to have a stretch break here in about 3 minutes. And what I like to do during stretch breaks is I switch over to my BRB screen where it's nice sounds of birds and wind chimes. And then we'll come back from that stretch break and do the draw plating part of this. This is getting kind of short, so a little bit more difficult to work with when it's this short, but that's what the pliers are for. These ones. There we go. Yeah, we'll stop there. All right. So that's what we've got so far. That's what we've done in this stream so far. It's very shiny. And that is just 2 lengths of wire, technically 3 if you count the little flower at the top. But yeah. Need to lurk for a bit, no worries. Gonna head to sleep now. It's nice to stop in. Should be here tomorrow. I hope you have a good class tomorrow, and I don't blame you at all. Have a good night, and thank you so much for popping in. I really appreciate it. It's always good to see you. But yeah. All right, we got about a minute, and we're going to go ahead and pop this over to the BRB screen for a little while. And once the stretch break is over, we'll be back and we'll do our draw plate with the Viking Wire Weaving. So stay tuned, and thank you. Right. We are back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I love this little bot thing with the whole breakdown of what's happening. It's so great. Stay cozy and hydrated. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so now that we are back from our stretch break, we're going to take this piece that I've already worked on. It is a double weave. But yeah, we're going to take this and we're actually going to do the draw plate now with it. And what that means, so we want something that looks like this, so that these are a lot closer together. It's a lot more sturdy, and I mean it's got some pliability, but it's it definitely holds its shape very well. So right now we're going to take this off of the rod. And so it's definitely stiff. It's definitely sturdy. But I'm going to pinch down this part here. This is the initial flower petal at the top that you actually kind of base your pattern off of. Kind of as far as how many of your little weaving lines. I don't know the technical terms. But this is my draw plate, and it's funny. My husband had a good time just kind of going back and forth with the size of the drills. It's really that simple. So I'm going to stick this that side, grab a pair of pliers because it takes a lot. So what's happening as we're drawing it down, it's going to get a little bit longer because it's going to bring everything a little bit closer together. So here, actually, let's measure this really quick. Don't fall. Let's measure this. I should have measured it before I drew it first, but okay. So right now it's at just a hair over 4 inches. Like, we're not counting this part. This is just the draw part. But from it's about 4¼ inches right now, just through that first draw. Okay. So we're gonna do it again, but we're gonna go one size down. So to here. Grab my pliers. So, whew, okay. So it was at 4¼ Now it's at 4½. Now it's at 4½. And we're going to take it down to the next one, which will be this one. It takes a little bit of strength. Okay, I need another pair of pliers. Whew. Yeah, okay. Whew. Now it's at 5 inches. See if I can get it to go down one more. I think I can. Actually, I think I went through the same hole. My bad. Okay. Now we're at 5½. See if I can get it to go through this one. we're about 5 3/4. Let's go maybe one more. If I can even get the knot of wire through that I have at the top. Let's squish that like a lot. Okay. There we go. All right. That is almost to 6 inches, so it has grown a lot. And I think that's about as low as I'm going to be able to get it to draw through. Because the next one, yeah, the next one would be this one. I don't even think I can get the top of this through. Let me see. Let me just cut this part off. Let's see if I can get it to go through one more. That's gonna be tight. Okay. Whew. Almost. Almost. This definitely will be the last one. Oh, okay. There we go. That's a solid 6. So now I can remove all these pieces of the top, which some of them have already come off on their own. Now, this is not very long. It's not like I could make this into, I guess I could make it into a bracelet, but I would need a lot of embellishment on the ends in order to do so. Yeah, because it's very small. But see, it's pretty bendy, which is cool. But that is what it looks like drawn out. If you remember, this was on this dowel. It was wrapped around that dowel. So yeah. So it's pretty similar. Pretty similar. Just this was drawn through a lot more than this one was. But yeah, I could turn this into a keychain. I could turn it into a piece of jewelry, like a small piece of jewelry. I don't know. Shoot. Somebody could probably wear that as an earring. But yeah, that is... Whew, drawing it through the plate. That was something. All right. Used to brace the block with the bottom of my feet. So cool. Yeah. He's a baby. Thank you. It is a lot of fun. How you doing, Winter? Reminds me of some of the fancy wire skin I used to use for making cool guitar cables. Okay. Very cool. But yeah, that is the whole process, at least. In this stream, we have done starting and how to do the wrap. So this is one that we started, and then how to draw it through and finish it. So at least we've done everything that you would need to do for this particular kind of craft. And now I've got all these little bits of wire that can be added to my little wire pile over here. I feel like I dropped one. Did I? No. Okay. This poor thing. I don't know what these ones were originally for, but I have used them for drawing because they grip so well, and that it's just eaten up. But it's okay. It's okay. So we'll go ahead and do a little bit more on this one since we've got some more time. But I need more wire, so alright, let's see. How long is this? This is from basically from finger to nose. So we'll pause that there. Alright. So we're going to start some new wire on this. So we need to follow the old wire. Go through. And put those side by side. And grab our pliers. And twist them up a bit. Please. Alright, I'm going to cut some of the excess off. So that it's a little more clean. And now we have a whole new wire to work with. There we go. Alright. We've got the other end of the wire, and we can keep on going. And so from right to left. And this is what we're doing. So I like to tighten it this way and then bring the loop down. It's just the way I do it. All right.
Jax redeemed Wilhelm scream.
And bring it down. So is anybody working on any specific craft projects tonight? Or just chilling? I'm so close to having enough stitches for another granny square. Yay! Just chilling with my cat. Nice. Crafting a thumbnail for a YouTube video. Okay, nice. How's YouTube working for you, Flo? Just doing anything in chat right now. Okay. Only need 300 more stitches. All right. Close I've been getting to crafting lately. This is making Excel document. I make so many Excel documents in work, like at my IRL job. I totally feel that. I love Excel though. I am an Excel nerd. It's such a handy program. Rush is polishing cornets. I'm signing vigil service dishes. Packing vigil service dishes. Nice. Okay. I don't know why I said signing. My brain is weird. Of course, you wouldn't be signing dishes unless it's a. I don't know. If it's a. Non-traditional scroll. There we go. Words. Love a good spreadsheet. They're the best, aren't they? I've got a massive one that I work on pretty much every day. I'm trying to... So I write SDSs. I make SDSs for the company that I work for. And I'm trying to update our SDSs. And so I have a massive spreadsheet for that. So... Perhaps. 8 balls in a good mood, apparently, at the moment. Maybe. Perhaps wasn't a yes. Also wasn't no. So, yeah. But yes, it's such a wonderful, handy organizational tool. It's so nice. Might actually be yes, I guess. It is happy. Outlook good? Nay. I love it when that happens. It's like, okay, that was positive, but I'm going to try to throw in some negative. Just to throw you off a little bit. It's so funny. Ah, the 8 ball. Got such attitude. There we go. There. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, cool. Okay. Very cool. Are we friends? Leaning toward no. Oh, no. 8 ball's ruthless. It is. 8 ball is never really nice to Jax, nor Tay, for that matter. Yeah, exactly. Tay's correct. It's usually much worse. Bum 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 bum. Most. Oh my goodness! No. That mean old 8 ball. Gonna fight the 8 ball. We love you, Jax. Well, alright then. At least I have arms. Thank you for throwing yarn at me. Everybody get yarn. What are you doing? Thank you for throwing yarn at me, I guess.
There was a hook in it, otherwise I would have thrown it.
I got yarned. IRL. Yay, hugs! Everybody gets hugs. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, I love you too. I'll be there shortly myself. Oh gosh. He is already gone, but I will tell him that you said bye. I will probably finish this length of wire, and then we will raid somebody. We'll see if we can find a crafter or something. I will tell him. Everybody loves Jaster. He's amazing. He got me Valentine's gifts. He got me a Coke, a party-sized bag of Cheeto Puffs, and 2 variety packs of the Ferrero Rocher candies. And I got him mature cheddar cheese. That was shaped like a heart. It was very exciting. You think you're done? Okay, nice. I'm sure it turned out awesome, Flo. It was very good, yes. We didn't go anywhere because you don't go to a restaurant on Valentine's Day. There's just too many darn people. Snacks are the best gifts? Yeah. YouTube's going well. Recently had a short get 14K views, generated 70 subscribers. Very nice. Very, very nice. That's awesome, Flo. I've thought about doing shorts on YouTube. I like watching shorts. I like it better than TikTok now, actually. Especially after the whole ban, unban BS. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I could scroll through shorts all day. Same. I have a lot of favorite people that I like to see what they're up to and what they're finding. And then I like YouTube music too, so I don't know, I just like YouTube. It's pretty great. Oh yay, hugs! Thank you! I love hugs. think. Let's get my buddy the pliers for that one. Yeah. We'll stop there. Again, just because it is a soft wire. But yeah, that's how much we've done so far. That is... Let me get my tape measure back. So, starting the 0 at the top of the spirals, that's about 3 inches. Just an eighth. 3 and an eighth inches of length. Now that drawn out will probably also get pretty close to 6 inches, which is what this is. 6 inches ish. So, yeah. Lots of fun crafting. Yay. Oh, man. Been watching a lot of musicals on YouTube recently. Gosh, they're good. Nice. What? How do you know? Oh, that's what you mean. Never mind. I'm confused. But yeah, okay. So, this was my initial example of Viking Wire Weaving. This is the one that we drew up. It's very cool. And this is what we've been working on throughout today. So tomorrow, we will do nooking. And I already have the project started. And I know I showed you the book earlier. I'm going to show it to you again. I've got the project actually in the book. It's marking the page. Yeah. So we'll do that tomorrow. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I've done it once so far, so. I love OT so far. OT? So excited for this. Nooking? It. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought OT was short for something. Because you never know anymore. Things get shortened all the time. But yeah, I have this whole box of wire over here in so many different colors. So many colors. But yeah. So that is what we have done today. So let's go ahead and go to this page here. And we're going to go over, let's see who we have live right now. Actually, let's go find somebody brand new. Let's go to creative, makers. Let's find somebody brand spanking new. See what people are doing. Let's see. Do 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 do. Oh, somebody's making a turtle. Let's see. Yeah, let's go over here to this person. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this person is making a turtle. Her name is Amanda on Maui. So we're going to do that. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and learning a whole brand new thing. So, yay! This was a very great evening. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and all the giggles and all the fun. It's just, you guys are amazing. I absolutely love getting the chance to talk to you guys every week. It's the best. But definitely tune in tomorrow where we do some Trichinopoly, or not some Trichinopoly, we just did that. We did that today. We're going to do nooking tomorrow, knitting with a crochet hook. So be sure to tune in tomorrow. And in the meantime, may your yarn never tangle. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others. I said things out of order. Yeah. May your yarn never tangle. See you guys next time. Bye.